Google Family Link isn't fit for purpose and looks more like an attempt by Google to cover their asses than to genuinely offer usable parental controls. Let me explain what I mean. First off, there's YouTube. You can't even download YouTube on child accounts connected with Family Link. And you telling me that kids don't want to watch YouTube? And I know there's YouTube Kids, but my kid doesn't want to watch YouTube Kids. He wants proper YouTube. And I sit with him when he watches it to make sure he doesn't watch things he shouldn't. Then there's Google Play Games, which will not work with child accounts connected with Family Link either. So Google Play Games won't work. Work that one out. Family Link doesn't work at all for kids over 13, rendering it utterly pointless. So let me give you an example. If, for instance, you want to set up Jurassic World Alive for your 12-year-old kid, forget it. The only way she or he's going to be able to play is with a guest account, and that means the potential of lost data. And that, despite the fact that the game itself has a PEGI 12 rating. And that's just one example among many. It's utter nonsense, to the point where I didn't actually initially believe it. In fact, like a lot of parents, I just thought I was doing something wrong and could solve the issue with a simple setting. But no. If you look at Google support pages, they're full of people trying to work out how to get this to work and saying to Google, please, can you do something about it? Let's just look at a couple of them here. The first one here is Lance Parsons, who says, this issue seems to be that many games that are rated everyone require Google Play Games, which is rated teen. Not sure why it's rated teen, but for a basic required service, they should strip anything that requires a higher rating and make it a separate app. I couldn't agree more. That's how it should work. And he goes on to say, please Google, fix this. You're certainly losing a generation of kids to Apple and even Amazon over something so simple that would make a huge difference to your customers. Absolutely it would. And then below that we've got Ralph Mormir, excuse me if I've mispronounced that, who says, I just spent 2 hours trying to get in-app purchases to work to find this is the problem. Yay! Couldn't agree more. That's pretty much my experience as well, only I've done it for more than 2 hours. And then we have Adrian Marin, who says, what is the point of using Family Link if it does not work with Google Play? Google, unlock this. I spent a few hours to set up my child's phone, and now I see that it was all for nothing. The phone is useless. So now I have to create a fake account to my child so he can play, but can't be monitored. And that's the point, isn't it? You can set it up without the Family Link, but then you're not going to be able to monitor your family. So it completely defeats the object. And this has been going on since 2017 without any response from Google that I could find anyway. And sadly, it's not a surprise. Not responding seems to be Google's biggest skill at this point. Ask any small to medium-sized YouTuber. Google's silence is deafening when it comes to sorting out any issues to do with anything at all. But in this instance, they absolutely should be responding. They should be sorting this out. This isn't just some small issue. It's basically rendering the Family Link app useless. After all, how many kids do you know who don't want to play games on their phones? As Lance Parsons put it, you're losing a generation of kids to Apple and Amazon. It's ridiculous. But as I say, look, they're not going to listen. It's honestly like battering your head against a wall trying to get Google to take notice of customers. They'd rather just state how things are as if their policies are tablets sent down from the mountain. And to prove my point, here's what they say on their support page. Let's go to that now. If we go down, we've got the Play Store. It says, if you sign your child into their Google account on an Android device or Chromebook, they can use the Google Play Store to download content like apps, games, and movies. To limit which content your child can download or purchase, you can change your child's purchase approval settings, set up parental controls, block or allow apps in the Family Link app, which all sounds very good until you get down to where it says play games. So remember all this and then look at this, play games. And this is what it says here. Let's just go into that again. It says, children under 13, or the applicable age in your country, whose accounts are managed with Family Link, can't sign in to Play Games app with their Google account. These differences do not apply when Family Link supervision has been added to an existing Google account. Two things here. First off, this is nonsense, as I said before. What is the point of having these child accounts and Family Link if your kid can't go in and use the Play Games app? What is the point? And then, as I said before, it's rendered utterly useless anyway because if you set up an account before you've added it to the Family Link, as I understand it, it doesn't work anyway. So there's a glitch there anyway. And a friend of mine actually set up their account and everything seems to work for her with her son. And I presume it's because they'd set this up in a different order or something, because I don't know. But this is what I mean. It seems to be all over the place. You can't be certain what functionality you're going to get. You can't be certain it's going to work for you. And in fact, I don't know if I can find it, but there's a guy down here further on. I can't find it here. It's in one of the other comments. But a guy said he set it up for both of his kids. For one, it worked. For the other, it didn't. So it just makes a mockery of the whole thing. To the point where I have to wonder, what is the app actually for? You know? The primary reason any kid wants a phone is to be able to play games such as Jurassic World Alive. You know, and if you think otherwise, well, you're living in some sort of bubble. There's no logical reason for Google to lock down Google Play and Family Link in this way. Well, none unless you view Family Link as an exercise rather than a genuine attempt to protect children. Just look at when the app was created. Right after when all the news about child protection and all that stuff was kicking off on the internet and the news coverage was massive. And all these companies like Google and Facebook were looking to show that they were actually doing something about it. If you look at it that way, Family Link can be viewed as a cynical way for Google to show governments and regulators that they were actually doing something, when in reality, as I said before, they were just covering their asses. Because Family Link really isn't fit for purpose. It's utterly useless. In fact, it's worse than useless because a lot of parents will just delete it and that will leave their kids' devices completely without parental controls. And look, you know, some people will look elsewhere to protect their kids, either by finding a different app, you know, one that actually works, or by jumping ship to another manufacturer's device. And that's great because we're going to end up with a generation of Apple users. Oh, God, help us all. The reality is that if Google really did take this seriously, they wouldn't have implemented Family Link in such a nonsensical manner, and they wouldn't have rendered the app completely useless for kids over 13. The app is utter rubbish. It doesn't work properly and it isn't fit for purpose. And, you know, it's yet another in a long line of reasons why nobody should trust Google with anything relating to their family. Now, having said all that, what's the betting there's an ad for Stadia on this video? Because YouTube is owned by Google, isn't it? But anyway, look, that's all I wanted to say on this one. This one's been annoying me, and I thought I'd put this out there because I'm sure there are a lot of other people who feel the same way as I do. Well, I know there are because I've been reading the comments on Google's own site relating to this. But anyway, that's me done. I'm going to go and grab myself a cup of tea, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Bye.